Hey guys, it's Emmy here with another Redline Tuesday. I just got up. It's pretty early in the morning, so I hope I'll be able to do this all right. So this drawing was submitted to me by chrismdevila.tumblr.com. I hope you can see that. If not, I'll put it over the description at the end. So let's get started. Alright, the first thing I wanted to do was flip this image. I have that hotkeyed so I can do that. The biggest reason I wanted to flip it was because for the artist, she probably hasn't seen it from this angle or from this direction, and it's a really good way to look at your own mistakes. So maybe if she sees it like that, she can kind of follow along a little easier. I'm not sure. I mean, being kind of presumptuous. Alright, so let's get started here. I have a really bad habit of starting up around the neck and the chest. I'm not sure, that I just feel like that whole part of the body is, along with the head, is where your eyes are going to go first. So I tend to start there and then anchor the image, you know, to the torso. So the first thing I noticed is that her neck looks sort of strained because there is no tendon here. So we're just gonna add the tendon along with the collarbone, which is kind of like a sort of like a pyramid shape. From the side it kind of looks like this. So this would be like your arm muscle, like right there. And from the front it's kind of like a prism, like that. Alrighty, let's draw our center line. Draw the skull. So let's see here. Okay, this right here doesn't connect. Again, I'm forgetting the name of this muscle. This actually connects right here. It connects to the kind of the base of the skull in the back, not at the jaw. So, just get rid of that, like that. Okay. Maybe not quite that low, but it doesn't go up to the jaw. Unless you were meaning to draw the esophagus, but I don't think you were. So, alright, moving on. This is the connective area for the breasts. Alrighty. This is just a very loose red line. I'm actually going to go over the face in particular detail for this drawing. But first I want to do the whole body and then we'll go back to that. I thought this would be a good one to do skull anatomy on. Kind of cartoony skull anatomy, but still. Alright, so another big thing I noticed is that her hip is kind of going out in this direction. So from the front it sort of looks like she's sitting sort of like this. Her boobs don't look like that. I'm just drawing them with her, the tablet out in front like this. And then the feet are like twisted kind of like that. I'm probably exaggerating a little bit, but so what I like to do is draw the bottom of the rib cage, okay, and then using your guideline, just slightly curved, and then slightly in. or out. If you want to have like rolls of chub, you won't be able to see this on this one, but just for anybody who has a drawing like that, just be aware that it's going to curve in near the belly button, generally, especially if you're sitting folded up like this. There's always exceptions, but I think that would be... I'm debating if I want to curve her back a little more. Do I want to give her bad posture? I'm debating. Because I think she's supposed to be curved a little more. Okay. Good enough. Alright, and her crotch should be probably right about there. And your butt will generally flatten. I always say generally because nothing is black and white with human anatomy and human bodies. You know, we're all so different. So I never like to say it always does this because it's just not the case. But generally, your butt will be a little smooshed when you sit down. So let's see here. She's kind of, her angle is sort of like, oops, I'll just draw a box to try to illustrate it. Her sort of perspective in space is sort of like D's. This is terrible, but it's kind of, kind of like that. So her butt is sort of in a trapezoidal position. So don't be scared to draw that. To kind of put like a little like flying carpet underneath her, you know, where her butt would be. And just put little tassels on the flying carpet. Like that. I'm ruining the art. Alright, so then from here, oops, other way. I'm actually going to switch to another color for this. Blasphemy! Blasphemy on Redline Tuesday! Alrighty, so I like to start, let me see here. I like to start with the furthest knee. Just like that. Just draw a line. And then, again, we're going to reflect this trapezoidal shape up here. Okay, sorry. I can't draw ovals this time in the morning. Okay, and so this kind of gives you the illusion of where that socket is. And you would have like a little gathering of skin right there. I believe. And now, like I said, her feet are angled quite a bit away from the viewer, even though we can see her front. So you would probably want to drop the framework for your legs. Now I do get the impression that her legs are supposed to be coming towards each other a little bit. Like this. The other thing I would say about this pose is I think it would be kind of hard to sit on your heel like that. I think that's, or to sit your the entire weight of your leg and foot right there, because that would be the fulcrum point of this whole structure. I'm not positive. I'd actually have to get down and do it, I think, but in general, so I think it would actually look nice. I need a little bit more canvas space. I'm sorry, I should have prepared this earlier. How unprofessional. I think it would be nice if you had the foot down a little more. And also facing the viewer. Just like that. I think that would be nice. Okay, so how I draw knees. Get out of here, box. I'm glad that you guys all send me drawings. I have nice big white spaces to the one side, because then I can show you examples. So how you, I would do knees is, let me see here. It's kind of like an ice cream cone, I think, would be like, kind of like a half ice cream cone. Now, mind you, we are not doing like realism, which is like a whole other kind of thing. But in general, you have a circular front with a trapezoidal, or not trapezoidal, triangular. I just left trapezoids today, I'm sorry. It's kind of a triangular shape below, which is actually where, what was it, the femur? So early in the morning for me, would connect. And then here would be the kneecap. And then behind that you would have the rest of the bone. And then your calf muscle and thigh muscle will connect to that. But if you're doing cartoony illustration, generally you just see this sort of a shape. Sometimes I'll do a little more, depending on how muscular, how bony they are, you know, imply that there's a little more to that knee there. That's some basic knee anatomy, cartoony knee anatomy. Alrighty, so let me just real quickly look. She's got pretty slim legs, so I'm not sure how slim she wants to go here, but I will stick to that. Give me some of them thighs. I'm a butt girl. Oh man. I am a butt girl. Mom, I'm sorry if you're watching this. I'm a butt girl. My mom watches my YouTube videos. Hi Mom. Happy Mother's Day. I'm sorry I didn't call you on Sunday. I totally forgot. Love you. Alrighty. Oh, and this right here is, again, a little simple foot anatomy for you. From the front, this bone goes down like this. This would be your foot. And that would be your ankle-y bones. I forget what these are called. Oh my god, it's too early in the morning for me. I need to I need to bust out my anatomy book before I start working on these things. Oh, hey, that's something, while I finish up these legs here, that's something I was going to ask you guys about. I have lots of pretty decent art books and art references and stuff. Would you ever like a video on the books that I have? And I don't have that great of a camera. It's passable. I think what I would do is maybe set up my camera in such a way as to be recording with the camera, but like recording the audio, So recording the visuals with the camera and then recording the audio with my computer because it comes out a little better. I don't know. Something to think about. But I have, I have comic books and graphic novels and I've got just general art references. I have some more fine art and folk art books. I have some Henry Darger, I've got some R. Crumb up there. What else do I got? I got Gil Everin, another fine example of a butt man. He likes butts like I do. Alright, so I did here is I turned this foot in just a teeny tiny bit. It actually looks just a pinch large. I will make it a pinch smaller. Just like that. Let me see. Let me see here. I think I may have made that a little too thick. I usually draw sort of this shape at the front of the toe. Sort of like a sock toe shape. This is also pretty much how fingers or how hands are shaped. If you can imagine somebody's arm like coming towards you, that's sort of how it's shaped. To be honest, I usually have my characters wearing shoes or some sort of feet covering, except for the aliens, like the reptoids, but that's like a whole other thing in Trying Human. So generally you wouldn't see this, but I'll show you how to incorporate that into cartoony toe anatomy here in a moment. I may have drawn this knee a little. Girl, what did I do here? Yeah, I think I've drawn this knee just a little too high. Come here, transform tool. Oopsie doopsie. Just like that. That's a little more on the ball. And now, mind you, if this was a drawing that I was going to complete all the way through, I would spend a lot more time working on it and going over the anatomy and whatnot. But for now, this is a really good jumping off spot for the original artist. Again, you don't have to take my critiques or what have you. I'm not going to come find you. I'm not going to come find the finished piece unless you send it to me and be like, why didn't you incorporate my toe structure? Can't get through my day without the toe structure. Alright, so real quick to do the tablet and the arms, what we're going to do here is we're actually just going to draw a box. Remember, hold shift while you draw your lines and you get that. Let's turn down our leggies. And itch our armpits, and then what we're going to do is go like this. Now, the way you do this is in Photoshop is you hit Control T, and that will make a transform binding box around the entire shape with 8 points of articulation plus a center swiveling point. Hold down Control, and that allows you to push and pull and warp this. There are further warp options in the menu, but I'm not going to go over those right now. Different day, different tutorial. Oops. So what I'm trying to do is find the original